You know, it's interesting, isn't it? You can't really decide when inspiration is going to come. You can't decide what movie is going to mark you for the rest of your life, or what thing that you hear on the news, or what you read in a newspaper, or what novel is going to suddenly spring to life in your mind in a way that defines you forever. But for me, it was a kind of a silly thing. Looking back on it now, I doubt it would happen again. But I was watching a TV movie in the late 1970s called The Missiles of October. And an actor by the name of William Devane, which many people will know more from the TV show Dallas and other shows, was playing John F. Kennedy. And none of that really mattered except that William Devane did a great job sort of reenacting Kennedy. And he did some of his speeches. It was set up sort of like a play, so there wasn't really an audience. You knew he was sort of alone on a soundstage. But something about the words, something about Ted Sorensen's words. Ted Sorensen was, of course, Kennedy's speechwriter. And the way that they were reenacted by William Devane, it, it captured me for the power of the spoken word. It's the first time I'd really thought about the power of speeches. First time I'd really thought about how words sort of enter history, enter hearts, can impact a boy in the front row, licking a lollipop, and can impact the course of nations. And so as William Devane sat there or stood there on the stage, and then in other scenes sat and recounted the great words of Kennedy, the great stirring words of the inaugural address and other speeches that we still hear today in the movies and etc. It was, for whatever reason, I'd heard sermons, I'd heard speeches, I'd heard great generals speak growing up in the military. I'd paid a lot of attention, probably our home paid more attention than most homes, to presidential speeches. We'd watch the State of the Union every year. We were required to by my father. But something about that TV show, something about the way William Devane reenacted those speeches, um, awakened something in me about the power of the spoken word. I already loved books. I was already a reader. That wasn't new to me, but speeches sort of came alive in that TV show. It's almost embarrassing to mention it now, in the sense that it's just a little silly TV movie that nobody remembers. But there was something living in it for me. And of course, speaking has been a lot of what I've done since, writing speeches, making speeches. And I think I first felt the imprint of the spoken word in a grand, glorious, martial, presidential way in that little TV miniseries.